Chelsea fans, how are you feeling, man? I know how you're feeling. I know how you're feeling. I am feeling exactly that. It is really tough. It is really tough going through this situation, but I continue to encourage you to stand strong, and I will be hoping that some of the information that we share in this video helps you get to stay strong. I'm not going to be one of those people that gives you all these reasons as to why you should believe in this project and all of that. I'm just going to share with you my thoughts on what this project is, where it is at, and where it could go. There are also some disgruntlements that I do have about how we are going about its communication and all of those. So I hope you get to enjoy this video. As we get to do that, please subscribe to the video, to the YouTube channel, and be part of this community. Turn on those notification bells and keep pushing me in the comment section to keep doing these videos. I have been going a little bit off here and there, quite a bit to do down here locally. However, let's start here. I am big on rugby down here in Uganda, and I've been going to a couple of games, and a couple of fans of the game that I think are also fans of Chelsea, or maybe have seen our content, have kept poking me about, we see all these feel-good videos that you do. I think the one about Hazard, and I'll put that link right here, and all of those. We see how those are going. Why don't you tell us about what you think of Chelsea now? That's a little bit of what we've also seen in the comment section, and that's exactly what I'm going to be getting into now, shall we? I'm not gonna lie. I hate how it feels. I hate how helpless we look when these games get played. I hate how it looks like we're dominating a game, but you do not see where that final third pass is going to come from. I hate it that we create as many chances as we do, and you see, like, that was a chance to shoot, we didn't shoot. That was another chance to shoot, we didn't shoot. Okay, he passed it on. And then when it's like the most likely shot that should be taken, and I think this is when they're all getting frustrated, the players and all of that, Nico Jackson will come up with an audacious shot, and someone will come up with an audacious shot from midfield, and some of them will look like, oh, okay, that looks like it could have happened, but you shouldn't be taking that corner, Gallagher, and some of that stuff. It really is frustrating. So no, I'm not here to be the one who's saying I don't get how you guys don't see it and all of that. All I'm saying is I think we have the choice on what kind of reaction we get to make around what we are going through with Chelsea Football Club. Here is my analysis or my analogy on this situation, and I think many people who do stuff that I do on YouTube online have already told you that, hey, these guys, they love when you attack them, then they attack you too. The more you try to attack them, they're going to attack you, because hey, it's going to open up a little bit more at the back. The moment you pack that bus, that's where the problem is. And I might not have done a video on it, but when I saw that lineup of fixtures that a couple of people were pointing out and saying, oh, they're going into a very strong part, that's what kept me strong. I actually am confident that we can get a performance and a result against Manchester City today. I actually think we can get a performance and a result against Tottenham. We can get that against Arsenal, and you saw that we almost did it until Sanchez was Sanchez. And by the way, Sanchez is not at the level that we need a Chelsea goalkeeper to be at today. And I am happy that many of us are seeing that. When I did this video, you could see nobody was listening and all of that, because hey, he was putting in these solid performances and everyone was happy with him. I'm not going to be one of those people that is going to have knee-jerk reactions because we did well, or knee-jerk reactions because we did badly. I'm going to be consistent with my views, and that's exactly why I put out that video at the point that I did. I remember we were coming off a win, but I was saying, guys, you know what, we're winning games and everything, but that is not a Chelsea quality goalkeeper. Please watch that video at your free time in there. And that's just what it is. But here is what I'm talking about. When Mauricio Pochettino first came to the club, he was very hopeful. He was speaking a big game. And I think at the time, that was the right thing to do. Speak the big game. We were restarting a project, and a couple of people are getting frustrated. I'm starting to see a whole lot of Pochettino out and everything. And I'm saying that, you know what, I'm also not happy with some of the decisions that he has made. He has sold us Colwill at left back now. I don't think we're complaining as much as we were doing so a little bit earlier. But yes, he has sold us that. Would I have gone for that in the beginning? Of course not. He played Badiashile at right back the other day when we had Malo Gusto and Rhys James on the bench. I don't know what the health of those most people was, but against Brentford, we could see exactly why we couldn't break through, because the width was all gone with Badiashile at right back. There was not that extra edge, that extra spanner out of the works that we could pull out, because when Badiashile got slightly past the center line, he wasn't going to offer us anything. So in my opinion, if we were not going to be playing either of James or Gusto, in my opinion, then Cucurella should have been playing at that point, because at least he goes further up and maybe cause a few problems for a left-footed, left back with his right foot and cutting in and giving them all that kind of trouble. Does he have that flair? Maybe not, but definitely a better option for me than Disasi. Still the same back four, but with a pairing in the middle of defense of Disasi and Thiago. Send Colwell back to left back, and then maybe Cucurella at right back. There are a couple of decisions that I have not agreed with, but as the time goes on, that I always hoped for, the project that Chelsea ought to be playing with, the sustainability of playing a good game and growing needed to go on. And I think this is exactly what we are getting now. We are seeing players getting more confident. I mean, we've had games where flashes of what Enzo and Caicedo can be, and all of us have been so excited. We've won a couple of games, actually, when Mudryk was scoring and all of those things. A couple of people were wondering, oh my goodness, Chelsea have Caicedo and Enzo in the middle? That is actually crazy. Yes, these are golden players. These are really good players, but they just simply have to grow together. We have to give them the time to grow together, to understand each other, to know how the other plays, because it's after I understand how you move and have you at the point of instinct that I can now feel even more free to be creative around my own game to find you and all of those. We have sung that song and all of that. Now, a couple of people have also raised the issue of, hey, but Aston Villa have come together so fast. You see, Steven Gerrard had all these pieces together, he didn't use them, and now you look at what Unai Emery has done with that side, and you cannot tell me to give this man time. Well, some situations take time, some don't. Unai Emery struggled to get what he's getting out of Aston Villa while at Arsenal. We can't exactly argue that he had less quality at Arsenal than he has at Aston Villa. But he's flying with Aston Villa. Which he didn't do with Arsenal. So for me, again, the situation under which Mauricio Pochettino and generally this project starts needs to be taken into account as well. If we miss that part, then we are being unfair to everybody that is involved with this project. Here's the reality. If Abramovich is not sanctioned when yes, and I'm going that far back because that's where it all starts. We cannot get rid of that part of our history or a recent history and just blame people on the current. When Abramovich left, we had just come out of a mid-season window where we could have gotten Erling Haaland, and it looked like it was possible. It looked like there were arrangements, there were conversations going on and all of that. And, well, months before the end of the season, you can't bring in money, you can only spend it, you cannot sign contracts. Rudiger Christensen gone, you remember that? And that means that if you have Erling Haaland with the market that he has going on and everything, yes, Manchester City now come in and go. Maybe someday we'll watch a Netflix special and Erling Haaland is telling us about how he possibly could have joined Chelsea. But that is just one example. There are so many players. Again, by the time you sign a player in May, June, July, you've been talking to them or their agent or even their club by Feb earliest. Sometimes it's a failed deal from January. Now, for months, you could not speak to any player because you didn't know if you would have the money. You didn't know if the new owners would want to keep the same recruitment strategy or even the players, or if there would be a strategy. You didn't know when you would be able to spend. You didn't know nothing. It was a case of uncertainty. Then they come in and then there is some realities that can't be dealt with. Oh, we don't want, and could some things have waited in terms of, pushing out some of the older players and all of that? Maybe, maybe not. But at the same point, Peter Cech is leaving, Marina is leaving, and all of these things. And now you do not have a sporting director. Now you do not know who to sign. And now it's a whole makeshift transfer window, because in as much as you don't have all these structures in place, you also cannot go without shopping players, because there are fans who are easily frustrated by the fact that our club has no business going on. Matter of fact, we Chelsea fans who are all out there saying, oh, we'll miss Abramovich, he used to spend more money on this club, we'll never have an owner, the Americans, they're stingy, we've seen what they've done at Arsenal, they're not going to... And they had to do something. That was just a reality. Only that whatever you do brings up consequences. We saw how Koulibaly, Sterling and everything worked out. We saw how soon Tuchel went out, who we brought in. Now you are forcing the project to start, but then there are people upstairs that still need to be hired. All of that, it does bring something. We get to the summer, now we are clear. There's Mauricio Pochettino who will get to come in, but a big chunk of the players don't want to be there. Now you want to take on a project whereby their under 23s getting to come into the club and all of that. And all of that also has consequences. I would want to point out that the 8 or so months that we wasted on Potter, we didn't spend them on him. We wasted them. We sacked him and we had to start afresh. How many months has Pochettino been around? Whoever is calling for Pochettino out, he leaves, he goes, we start from zero. And yes, we are not assured of an Unai Emery situation at Aston Villa at Chelsea Football Club. That I can assure you. Jurgen Klopp didn't get it when he went to Liverpool. Pep Guardiola didn't get it when he went to Manchester City. Hardly any manager has gotten it when they've gone to a new club. So we need to buckle up. We need to relax on the expectations, because sometimes I feel these expectations are what are bothering us. By minute 2 or 3, someone is saying Mudryk is stupid because he missed a shot. And 3 minutes later, he's going to try that some shot and score a goal. And oh, Mudryk, you super. Let's relax on the expectations. Yes, we are Chelsea. Yes, we win. I agree with you. There are so many things that I would want to see done on the pitch. They just are not going to happen immediately, because guess what? It doesn't work that way here at Chelsea Football Club or elsewhere. So we have to wait it out. We have to live through it. The disappointment that I am seeing is that, of course, the coaches are also human. They're succumbing to the pressure, and I am starting to look at us get to Weston Nkunku before he even plays, because press conference 1 or 2 and Mauricio Pochettino is out there saying, oh, Nkunku, if he's here and he's scoring 8 or 9 goals by now, we are further. Come on, Mauricio. I know you have to play to the gallery. I know you have to convince the fans that, yes, you're also thinking about it and everything. But I'm not so sure we should be putting that kind of pressure on the shoulders of a guy set to play his debut in a new country. He's not the youngest of players, but you get what I mean. He has a lot of adapting to do. Why are we putting that weight on his shoulders? Oh, you're back now, the goals are coming and everything. Maybe he will affect it, maybe not. Can we speak about what he will do, not what we expect of him? And yes, I also get a whole lot of confidence in that interview once again that the co-sporting directors had with the club media team, getting to speak about this project and stating that, you know what, we wanted 23 or younger players to come into the club. Then we will sit back, we will watch and everything. The thing about transfer windows is, first, you're never going to set up a full squad in one transfer window. That's for sure. You've seen, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was said to need about 4 transfer windows. There have been people who have said they will need 6 transfer windows, 3 transfer. He has just only had 1. And that 1 has been used brilliantly to go ahead and state the base of what you want to do. With the players that we had last season, it was hard to say, I'm going to sign this guy and this guy to add to this, because many of those were not the DNA or part of the DNA of what the new ownership and the new technical committee seem to want of a Chelsea side. So it was important that you set the best, and that best was going to be young players with high roofs over them as far as potential is concerned. You've gotten those in. Now we can see an Ivan Toney walk into that squad to supplement what is there. Now, because I don't think we're going to be having more 7-player, 8-player transfer windows coming in and all of that. Now we're going to be about 2 out, maybe 3 in, or 3 out, 2 in, depending on the situation and all of that. And I think that's where the more experienced players to shape what we have on the pitch will get to come in. When you see players like Thiago Silva and some of the older players in the squad getting game time, then that shows you that they are part of the project. And yes, there will be some older players, maybe about 27, it might not be 30 or there, but yes, it's a process. It will be hurting, it will be hurtful, especially when we play the smaller teams that are willing to leave you with the ball so you can look for them. But we shall have a great time like we did against Liverpool, like we did against Arsenal. We will have it against teams like Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, and every single team that feels they can come and attack us. It's going to be like that. Shall we get Europe? Hopefully. If we are not getting the Premier League or the Europa League, please stay 8th, 9th, 10th, wherever you have to finish, not to get European football. We'll add to that next season. My name is Desire Derek Ford. I would love to hear what it is you think about what I just shared with you and where you feel Chelsea are. Use the comment section to let me know. But yeah, my socials, as I've been flashing them on my screen right there, are also available for conversations like this. So reach out and let's get to have those conversations going. Until our next video, keep the blue flag flying high.